Hi, I'm Jesse Stanton, music columnist for Cascadia Daily News, and you're watching Shut Up and Listen.
Hoo-wee. It's been a good day.
It's been a great day.
It's been a good day, isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Today, we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jesse Stanton. Make some noise, man. My name is CHRVNS.
Hi, Morgan.
And this is Shut Up and Listen. Jesse, it's such an honor to have you here. It's
an honor to be here.
We want to be journalists.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? We're working on how to really get the story and really learn about who we're talking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in the music industry, especially in Bellingham area. And for those who don't know,
what is it that you do?
Every week I write a column for Cascadia Daily News. It's called The Beat Goes On. And basically I do some picks of the week. I do some music news, but then the main focus is, a different band or artist each week. Just giving people not a super in-depth look at their creative process or anything like that, but just giving them an overview of, hey, here's somebody you should check out. If you're into this kind of music, check out this group. Here's where they're playing. Here's what they've got coming up. Just telling people what's out there.
Just telling them what's happening in the music scene.
Yep.
So it feels like we're talking to the perfect person, because I know you've written a few articles for a bunch of people in the community that we've read, that we've watched, and so it felt like you needed to be on our thing.
I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
Hold on, off rip, I already have a question.
Yeah.
All right, what was that one article or that one the review? So you're just going through a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And that one, I was just like, oh shit, and you immediately just started going what's that one time
as far as listening to something,
listening to something, I
gotta write
let
about
people
this.
know about this.
I would say probably my favorite recording of the last year or two, the band Bird Senses Danger. They broke up. They broke up before the album even came out. But I just listened to that one so much. They're so creative. It's not just verse chorus. It's like a verse and then a chorus and then a verse, but it's done so differently, and the chorus is done so differently, and just so inventive and fun. That was definitely
their
one
shows
me.
were insane too.
Yeah.
It's absolutely just incredible.
Yeah.
I love that. And
Yeah.
So to piggyback off of that, because I know you've written articles for the Cosmic Neighborhood and Pure Halcyon, and you did Girls Know recently.
Absolutely.
So for people to, how do you kind of go about writing these articles? Are they all because people that you found that you want to write? Is there a way people can reach out to you, and how do you kind of go through that process?
I'm glad if people want to reach out to me. I've got an email address that's printed right in the column every time. Twitter, or X as we're calling it now. My DMs are open on there if you want to say hey, check this band out. I love feedback from readers or people that are just hey, there's this band that's something's really happening. Check it out. Other than that, it's a combination of just sort of following every musician and every venue on social media, checking online. I've got some people that are I try to talk to the. If I'm in a show and I know who's running sound, I might go up to that person and be like, hey, heard anything good? Heard anything good lately? Who's been through that was that really blew you away? So I have sort of different ways of kind of picking up on what's out there and what's blowing up.
Hold on, I want to bring it back now.
Yeah.
Time out.
Bring it back.
How did you get into this? What was the progression to get
funny
to where
story.
it is?
So, I was not a journalism person at all. All that happened was, I just, like I said, I kind of followed everybody and kind of knew what was going on. I always read What's Up,
Same.
shout out Brent, for many, many years, cover to cover. And in 2021, shows were starting to happen again.
Oh, no, they exploded.
What's Up had shut down. Cascadia Weekly was only publishing every 2 weeks, and they weren't really keeping up with the live music. There used to be the Entertainment News Northwest. That was gone. There was no source. There was no like one place to find out what was going on. I noticed some people complaining in, various like online, like, how do I want to go see some music this weekend? Where do I find out what that is? So I just took it upon myself to start a free email newsletter where I would just go through, gather up all the listings I could, find a picture, find a video, whatever. Just put that out into the world. Was up to about 600 people signed up to get the email. They weren't paying,
awesome.
but that's who it was going out to. And that was kind of how I got my break into journalism, if you want to call it that. Was just by doing that for 6 months, kind of getting the hang of it. Use that as a way to get into contact with all the different, venues and that kind of thing. And then when Cascadia Daily News opened up, beginning of 2022, they were looking for someone to cover local music, and I just sent them a link to my newsletter. And I was like, here's what I do.
Check me out.
Yeah, check it out. And they were like, yeah, we can do this. So with a little bit of compromise, a little bit of negotiation, we sort of just took that newsletter and put it into the newspaper, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
For the
That's
people,
awesome.
by the people.
Yeah.
People. That's what
totally
I'm talking about.
Spur of the moment kind of thing.
That's
But,
awesome.
yeah.
Because for people who don't know, you're pretty into music, not just because you write about it.
Yeah.
And how long has music been your focus?
The thing
The
forever.
thing?
Forever. Yep, absolutely. Not my family's not particularly musical, but it just, for whatever reason, that was always the thing for me that I wanted to go to shows. I grew up in a pretty rural part of Maine, but I just wanted to get out and go to shows and check out bands, and that was always my thing. Started playing guitar in the 7th grade, and I, I've got my finger in a lot of pies as far as like I've never been really stuck on one genre. Played a lot of different genres and known
All
people
over.
in different scenes, and
That's the way it should be.
yeah.
It should be.
Fluid in the music,
Yeah. So
And so, because how many bands are you in?
I'm in 3.
You're in 3.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So we just talked about No Fi Soul Rebellion.
Yeah.
3/4 of us plus one other person are also the Weirds, which we put out our album last year for the Weirds. And then I have a completely different, mostly traditional, mostly Irish folk music project called The Moving Hats. Yep.
It's on all platforms?
It's on Bandcamp and Spotify and stuff, yeah. And so we're getting ready to do like a whole bunch of St. Patrick's Day gigs.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
gonna be dope.
Yep, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Is there anywhere in particular you're already booked?
Yeah, we're already, Ishka is reopening and we're playing there.
I was seeing it.
We're playing Boundary
that.
Bay, we're playing Glenn's, we're playing Zeke's all that week.
Oh,
of
that's
St.
gonna be
Patrick's.
dope.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be
excited.
crazy. Yeah.
First
So
of all,
it's-
let's not breeze over Ishka's coming back.
Yeah,
I
Ishka's
know.
coming back. Yes. Very excited for that.
I know a lot of people who are Keelan's gonna be very excited. That's awesome. And so juggling is, do you think that helps being able to find what's happening music wise, or do you feel like it kind of might be something that makes it harder because you're so
absolutely
focused?
helps because I know enough musicians, enough of my friends are musicians that I hear from people about stuff. Every once in a while I start to feel conflicted, like, am I just writing about this because it's my friend? Every once in a while there's some conflict of interest stuff, but I do my best to kind of label that and acknowledge it and like, hey, yeah, I'm writing about this and I'm also in a band with this person or whatever. That comes up sometimes.
But it's still happening,
it's
you know?
happening.
It's still to keep people in the loop. They're still
I
making
mean,
music. So you gotta
I don't think you could find someone to properly cover the music scene of a town this size.
No, everyone
Didn't
knows each
have
other.
a ton of conflict and didn't have a ton of friends.
Everyone's in 6 bands and they all know each other.
There? Right.
Like everyone's intertwined.
Nobody's out there just sort of taking notes abstractly, saying like,
in a trench coat, just sitting back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Inspector Gadget. Just
It's also one of the best ways to kind of tell people about what's happening is to be in what's happening, and you know,
it's a feeling and more than anything as well. You know that one record you're trying to find on vinyl from your favorite artist, you just can't find it. Have you ever checked out Black Noise? It is the heart of Bellingham's music scene, founded by the one and only Nico Sanchez. They've got all sorts of indie gems, handpicked by Nico himself. Jazz, punk, you name it. Swing by for some good vibes and, whatever album you're trying to find. 1312 Bay Street, Deppin. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip-hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it, just to reality. From there, book your session today, unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint.
And welcome back.
Yeah. It is.
And so how long have you been in Bellingham?
I moved to Bellingham in 2004.
From where?
Originally Maine, college in Minnesota, spent a year of high school in Germany, which I used to
Which part? Yeah.
Schwerin.
Where?
Schwerin. It's in the north. It's the capital of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern.
Oh yeah, that's too far for me.
Okay.
I'm like down by Frankfurt.
Okay.
Marburg is where my family's from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spent a month in Tübingen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, college in Minnesota. Ended up out here for what I thought was going to be a short-term job, and then I met my wife, and she was from here, and stayed out here. So here we are.
This is history.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And so, from how long from being when did you start getting into the music scene when you came here? Was it instantly?
No. All right, so moving to Bellingham, how was it getting, because I have my own experience. What was it like getting into the music scene here in Bellingham? Was it you as an artist, like just trying, not just even like as a musician, just trying to jam with other people, or how did that play out?
The very first thing I did, the very first show I ever saw was No-Fi Soul Rebellion at the 3B in 2004.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty
Full
funny. Yeah, seriously. After that, I put an ad. You used to put an ad in the back page of the newspaper, the Cascadia. It would have been the Cascadia Weekly at the time. Put an ad in the newspaper looking for musicians to play with, and found a couple people, and had a band that nothing ever happened with, but it was a lot of fun. Did that for a couple years. My daughter was born 16 years ago, so 2008. So sort of drifted a little bit away from the music scene at that point. Played for a while in a karaoke band.
How does that work?
So we learned 150 or so songs that people like to sing, and people could pick a song and get up and sing it. Yes.
That sounds
Do you know
lit.
Alicia Keys? Do you have any Alicia Keys?
I think we might have. We had a keyboard player in the band, and then he quit, and then we had to drop a bunch of songs. And I think there might have been an Alicia Keys song.
It definitely has been
I
Alicia
can
Keys.
see that. I was just trying to see what are the chances that we could collaborate. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to bring this back. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was really fun. So that's, talking about the different varieties of experience. Like, I've played cover band shows at the Main Street in Ferndale, right? I've played punk shows at the Shakedown. I've played folk shows at the Honeymoon. Kind of a breadth of stuff that helps me feel confident about trying to cover it all. One of the challenges of being in the Cascadia Daily News, it's a general interest newspaper. It's not just a music and arts focused kind of newspaper. So I'm trying to
make it palatable,
cover as broad of a thing as possible, and also to make it. I was just saying this to Brent. Like, if somebody picks it up just to read the sports section, and then they flip through and they get my column, I want it to be accessible in a way where they go, oh, hey, I didn't know this kind of music was happening in Bellingham. Yeah. Maybe I'll go check that show out.
I love that.
So, yeah.
And so being in the music part for so long and just your own knowledge, but then also the exposure to writing and being immersed in the Bellingham music scene. Is there something that is either, do you think, is missing from when it first started, or is there something like, what does that change look like for you? Because I feel like,
yeah, I mean, it's been some time, and I hate to generalize, and I don't want to be like the fuddy-duddy old guy that's like, the kids today don't know what, how it used to be.
Tell them about it, bro.
Because,
tell them about it.
I mean, I don't go to house shows anymore, but I see pictures of house shows on Instagram, and I'm like, whoa, like the kids of Bellingham today are like, they're getting after it
They
in
are.
these house show scenes.
I will say,
it's wild.
Yeah, the house shows really, it stopped being house party style, and
It
I
became
think
more professional.
Yes, and that was I saw that transition like with my own eyes, and it's one of the coolest and most respectable and one of my favorite things of the whole wide world.
Yeah,
you'll have
the house show
lighting,
venues are
sound person. You
Everybody
have,
comes through. They'll have live visuals. So shout out Kristen Nelson. She'll come to Kristen Nelson.
No.
Well, she'll come to particular shows. One of my favorite visual artists, like
She's
in the
amazing.
city.
Yeah.
She'll go to like a particular house show. She'll bring like a VHS camera and then have live visuals of the artist behind them, but like kind of melting colors
Yes.
everywhere, and it's such a cool thing.
She does it at venues too. So
She does that,
did you
yeah.
see
So
that?
to bring that kind of energy there.
Right.
And then Roland, the best sound
Roland,
person in town.
one of my
Roland's
favorite.
great.
Yeah, one of my favorite. Sound.
Yep.
Roland and Rich, bro. Hey, Rich, we love you for the buff. Roland, you my guy.
But it's, the house scene they're
Yeah.
doing amazing
Yeah.
with it.
So it's hard to generalize. One thing I see almost, I don't want to say missing, but I feel like there are some venues that could book more days of music. There are some bands that would play more often. There are fans that would go out more often. I honestly feel like where we could use some people right now is like promoters or bookers or organizers, like the sort of people that can say like these 3 bands and like plan an event and bring out a crowd based on
This energy type
this
thing.
particular kind of energy. Yeah.
Especially for
I feel like-
summer.
I feel like there's some, yes, absolutely. I feel like there's some space there where like people who aren't even musicians could kind of just step up and make more shows happen.
It takes
agree.
a village.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then it also takes, and this is for the listeners, like people going and like knowing
Yeah.
about that show is happening and having that word spread, but then the people to go, but then they need a show to go to.
Yep. Bellingham, I think, does really well with the same thing every week or the same thing every month. Like the Tuesday hip hop
Yeah.
or whatever it is, or like
Downtown Sounds?
this Wednesday jazz or Downtown Sounds or
Because
like,
but it
it
always
builds. It lets people kind of build it up.
That's the problem. It builds. That first
Yeah.
night,
Oh,
that first one is
Yeah.
always like, they got to
Right.
see other people there. Then
Right.
that second
Right.
week, third week is
Yeah.
when the third week's a prime.
Yes.
Because even like
It's
after
where it
sounds
starts to
when we
spread.
do after sounds,
Yep.
I'm like, hold on, bro. Let me get one of the later weeks. But you don't want to be the last week because everybody burned out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's got to ebb and flow. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. I mean, there've
exactly.
been like the band Polecat. They're not around anymore, but like they just started
heard of
playing
it.
Monday nights at Boundary, right? Which was I mean, that's as dead a night as you could grab,
But-
and they built it into.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were a couple. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
'Cause you
there were a
create
couple
that-
different groups that did Monday nights at Boundary. There was Gallus Brothers before them, and the Monday Night Project. But it's like if you just pick a week or pick a month and like have something that is kind of predictable, so that people can pick up on.
They
it
know what they're getting into.
and bring it back. That kind of stuff seems like it does.
Speaking of which, I need to bring back the Elevator Club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was supposed to bring it back in January. I couldn't fill in the booking, so then
Yeah, I mean it's a tough thing to do, but
and
that's
also
the
you don't
kind-
want to
that's
loop
way
the
things
same
have to
people.
go.
You want to
Yep.
kind of say, "Hey, help me, help y'all."
Yep.
Let's get more people out here.
Yep. Right.
So I have something I wanted to do. You recently wrote a panel of questions and you
Yeah.
asked a bunch of people questions. I want to turn this around and I want to ask you these questions.
Okay, the same questions that you
I
answered.
have this exact
Morgan was
same
one of my panelists for this panel, so
And now we want to hear what your answers
Okay.
are. So to start off, what was the best live show you saw in Bellingham in 2023?
man, it actually might be the What's Up Goodbye show at the Wild Buffalo. Yeah,
Well, that was a good one.
That
was
was
a good
that
one.
was just so yeah. The
There's
band
such
The
a
Love
lineup.
Lights, who are have been broken up for long enough that most people have forgotten who they were. But to see them get back up on stage, even just for one song, was really fun for me. That was,
really
that was
it brought a lot
that was
of
like one
people
my
out,
favorites.
and
But then,
especially-
yeah, there was Dog Shredder, there was Bright Weapons, there was Black Eyes and Neckties. So it was like, yeah, and yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's a fair. That's a good answer.
That might be my answer. Oh, also Mannequin Pussy at the beginning of the Bellingham Exit Festival.
Bro!
I have that energy. That energy was nuts. Yeah. Just that feeling. I mean, and that was like a Monday or Tuesday night too, and it was just like, can't believe this band is playing here. Can't believe they're playing this little venue. You know, people were like, and it sold out, so everybody was so excited to be there. And it was, when they started, I just thought the floor
Spread out
was
the
gonna,
back.
you know, or the ceiling was gonna give way, or people were gonna hit the ceiling or something. That was wild.
I loved it.
Yeah.
No, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
We'll be right back after these messages.
We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's tap room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer. Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed. It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, you know I love me some soccer. Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today.
And welcome back.
Yeah.
Those are, solid
Bellingham
solid
makes it-
shows.
Good.
Bellingham has did their thing, and
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
wait for it to come back.
They really
Yeah.
brought them together. All right, so question 2: do you have a favorite song or album released by a local artist?
Oh, I already
From-
talked. That's the Bird Senses Danger for last year. Yeah.
Oh, yep, we
absolutely.
did.
Yeah, we
Yep.
covered that. Yep.
Go ahead and say it again.
Yeah.
Bird senses danger.
Yeah. There were some. I could probably think. I could definitely think. I wrote a whole column of them.
All right, who's
so.
the runner-up for you?
Maybe Dryland. The Dryland album was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry we missed that interview. All right, so we technically kind of asked this, but now it's in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is missing from the Bellingham music scene at this moment in time?
Oh yeah. So we kind of hit that too, right? That's the.
But you didn't
Yeah.
actually you didn't say
Yeah.
anything that
Give
was
that
really
solid answer.
You know, I hate to say this because I don't mean this as a criticism of anybody in particular, but I feel like there have been moments in the last 20 years of following Bellingham music where it felt like there was one band that was like about to blow, whether it was regionally or nationally, or like there was just a lot of excitement about one particular artist, which, you know, sometimes that fizzle, you know, they that never happened for them for whatever reason. But that when there's something like that, it pulls everybody else along. Like, I don't think there's a group or solo. When I say group, I include solo artists in that too. I don't think there's anybody right now that if a local group that could headline the Wild Buffalo and you know it would be packed, or even the Shakedown and like know it would be packed with people there.
It's hard to fill 400
hard.
people in
It's
a room.
hard. Yeah. But there have been times in the past when there was that group that was like that was like everybody's checking out. And then when that happens, then they can have a couple of openers, and all of a sudden that boosts the openers as well.
I think that's what's also exciting about this new year. Like, there's so many new bands that just started within this last year.
Oh, yeah. I have no
And
doubt
so
that we're
it's-
going to have
it's-
something
we're
like this.
kinda
It's going
like-
to happen again.
To full circle to the the 5-year generation is like, I feel like we're right there is where
Yeah.
we're at that.
Yeah, I absolutely
at
feel
the
like
beginning of the new.
It's going to happen, and it'll be fun to write about when it happens. But I keep waiting for like who's it going to be? Like who's that one that's going to like get everybody excited? And
That's
it doesn't-
really good.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah,
quite
the last
happen.
one was I can't remember his stage name. Grant. He worked at Mellor's. It starts with an M. DJ played live as well. Fuck.
You lost me.
This is a music like somebody that was.
Yeah, there's somebody here that actually like went on tours and everything,
Okay.
but he has
Oh.
now like said no, I'm good. He performed like every show. Jake, once I figure out the name, put it right here. That's who I was talking about. I'm gonna find out right after this. I'm going blank right now, but I know exactly that kind of energy you're talking about because I haven't seen that since him.
The band Wild Throne, like they were. I'll admit they were too heavy for me, right? Like, they were a little too much for me, but they were like, they were signing to a label and they were touring the country, and like if they played somewhere,
everybody would
guarantee there were going to be a bunch of people there for it, and if you were the opener, like that's a sweet gig because
they're putting
now you're gonna so that's
the alley-oop.
Right.
It's very important. All right, your question 4: were there any major trends or changes that you noticed over the course of this year?
Again, we hit on this already with the house show thing, the house show professionalism thing. I absolutely saw that.
That's crazy because
just the energy of that. Some of these pictures of like, what's it, the Lawn Stock Festival, where they're like
shout out
300 or 400 people like out on somebody's lawn until the
Topical
cops
Fair.
show
Y'all
up.
hear that?
Yeah, stuff like that. It's like, whoa, there's some energy there. That's cool. I would also say this came up on Reddit the other day. Somebody's asking, I want to find more groups with female or non-binary singers, and people started listing them off, and it was like, whoa, there's a pretty. We're still not there where we should be, but we have. I think there's some women and non-binary artists who are really making things happen and really at the forefront of the scene in a way that hasn't always been true. So that's really cool to see.
Absolutely, I agree.
100%.
And so your last question: what is something you're looking forward for this new year in the local music scene?
We've got.
Now be honest.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Tell the people what you need.
I would love to see. Oh, this goes back to what we're missing. Like we could really use one more venue that was a little more that wasn't a house show, but was a little more accessible, where somebody can play their first show outside of a house show.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
as well as sell it out the same time.
And I'm talking about a on the louder end of things, and I'm talking about original music. I mean, there's places to play your quiet folk songs or something like that, but there for a band or rapper or whatever that plays at a higher volume and wants people to really be paying attention. The Shakedown is mostly touring stuff with the occasional local opener. It would be great to see, and
that middle ground.
I'm holding out hope that Ramble Tamble is gonna do a back room.
Don't get me started.
The back room. Have you seen the back room?
Yeah. We can't talk about it yet.
We can't talk about it too
y'all
much
pay attention.
yet,
Go ahead and follow
day.
Ramble Tamble right now.
Yeah.
Just watch.
I have hopes for that. So
Tom,
we'll
we love you.
Yeah, Tom seems like he knows what he's doing. So
Absolutely.
I have
Just
high hopes.
Bringing that to the scene. I agree.
Yeah, but if not there, then there needs to be something. The kind of the dive bar part of it.
I've been
it gives
saying,
both energies. It gives big show as well as dive bar as well as house show energy, all combined together.
Yeah.
you need a good bar show.
I love your vision. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
We're cooking over here.
Yeah,
We're cooking something good. So that is the questions that you asked everyone, which I do want to highlight. Just another part of the music scene is how much you follow up on what's happened in this year and kind of re-highlighting some of those moments of what's happened, even if it's something you've already written about, but being able to don't forget, these great shows happened.
I don't count on it that anybody's seen a previous column,
I have.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't write for
Yeah.
a reader. I don't assume that a reader has seen a previous one. So, and it's a little bit of a slow news time around end of December, beginning of January. So
Yeah.
it's actually pretty fun to do the albums of the year, the panel discussion, that kind of stuff, where it's a little bit of a look back.
Sorry, I missed that.
Wrap it up.
All
No,
of the
that's all right.
artists,
That's all right.
all of the artists staying home.
I suck at
Yeah.
replying.
That's okay. I had a lot of editing to do just with the people who did. So,
People were giving you
Sad.
books.
getting it down into space. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on today's episode. I really wanted to highlight other key features of the music scene and all the people who kind of make things happen. And
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And also the support and basically just that extra alley-oop that people don't understand that's actually happening. You are providing that, and it's a big thank you.
And you provide a lot of artists trying to gather press and things to show what they've been working on. You're one of the first people, such a easy and accessible person to contact, or just in the scene to be able to write those for new artists is a really good
give people that.
Yeah,
little,
giving people that.
Yeah, I love it when people. It gives people that little feeling of validation, like, oh, like we're just getting started, but somebody already wrote about us.
Yeah, it's
because
giving people
that
that.
first
tell the
article,
world.
like, hey dog, homie, check this out. Read
Yeah,
this shit.
I'm in the newspaper, and it's a print newspaper. Like that's
You go,
that's
I'm
really
gonna
fun. Yep.
frame this
My
one.
first time at What's Up Mag, it wasn't even about me. It was just because I was on stage with one of my homies.
Yeah.
I was like, my name's right there.
Yeah, that's me in paper. Yeah, in print.
Look,
yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest feelings. So yeah, just those things, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are here to do the deep dives. I only have a limited amount of space each week, and it's great that there's also these resources to really dig into the creative process.
You know what? I say fuck it. Come be a guest sometimes. Ask the questions that you want to ask.
Okay.
Be our special
I'm
guest.
actually you down for that?
You hear that in the back?
I'd be
It's
the guest
official.
host. Sure.
I'm actually down for
I'm
that.
gonna
'cause-
share. We're gonna share our calendar. You share our. We're gonna make plans.
Okay. I love it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
You say we'll share that. Like, hold on, I want to
Crossover.
be it for that one.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
Exactly.
Or you already rated
Crossover
something.
episode.
Look at that.
It's like Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner.
That was a good episode.
It changed history right there.
Well, this is about the time that we say thank you.
Thank
to
all y'all.
Not only
Thank
our
you,
guests,
Jesse.
but our
My
whole
pleasure.
team that makes this happen. Shout out Bob, Binary Studios,
Hey yo, Bob.
who lets us record here and cause chaos. And shout out Rocket Soul Studios for making this all happen and taking the time to video us.
We love you, Jim. We love you, AJ.
We love you guys. And you guys can help support them by checking out their new movie that's on Paramount Plus.
It's called Freedom Path. If you have Paramount Plus, go ahead and type that in, Freedom's Path. If you do not, put that credit card and get the 7-day free trial. And as soon as you do that, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but you can click a couple buttons, prevent a charge, but still watch the movie. Go ahead, Morgan.
Thank you. And we want to shout out the other people who let us have a great time. We have Menace Brewing and Lost Giants Cider for helping us get some nice drinks in us while we film this. And
Liquid
thank you
courage.
everyone who supports us. You can follow, subscribe, and check out our website at shutupbham.com.
.com. Tap in. Let us know who do you want to see here next. Who do we not know and who have we not talked to? And if you like anything we do, go ahead and share it. Go ahead and blow it up a little bit because we need your help and we would love your help both ways. So I guess we just need you.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcast and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen BHAM on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.